Guys, it's a simple question. Why does this always happen to us before a big game? It's the Manchester Derby on Sunday, and what? It's now Friday. Two more sleeps, man, until the game. And guess what's happening? Speculation about our biggest players leaving the football club. Why do journalists, why do newspapers do this? Do they really hate us that much? Are they really trying to use whatever little influence they have to try and put some doubt in the players' minds, in the managers' minds, in the fans? Are they just trying to wind us up? Maybe it's all a big prank. Look at this news, man, that's coming out today. Kevin De Bruyne, a BBC Sport. Kevin De Bruyne is reportedly being linked with a move away from Manchester City next season. Saudi Pro League officials have sounded out a move for Manchester City's Belgian midfielder Kevin De Bruyne about a move to the Middle East in 2024. Not 2 days before one of the biggest games of our season. Because make no mistake about it, this Sunday's game against Manchester United is huge. Arsenal play Sheffield United. They're likely to win that game. They're going to go 3 points ahead of us by the time we play United. We got to win. We got to go there and win. We didn't win there last year. We got to change that up. And what, 2 days before? It's just a coincidence, is it? It's just a coincidence that now we're getting some speculation that Kevin De Bruyne is potentially going to Saudi Arabia in the summer. Is that what we're saying? Do we think that's a coincidence? Do we think that's legit? I'm asking you now. Do you think that's legitimate? Because I'm just looking at this and I'm just thinking, are you taking the piss? I'm being serious. I'm fed up with it now because it's every single game. Whenever we have a big game, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days before the match, big news will drop from some sort of journalist, some sort of newspaper to ruin whatever good vibes we have. And I'm saying that I think there's something going on here, man, because this ain't normal. It's every big game. Every time. And I don't understand why they're doing it, man. And then people say, no, LB, it might be legit. It might be legit. It's not legit, man. No way. Check this out. Check this out. So this is the actual thing. Sources. Saudi club hopeful of alluring Kevin De Bruyne from Man City next year. Saudi Arabian officials have sounded out Kevin De Bruyne as part of a potential move to the Middle East in 2024. Sources have told Football Insider. The 31-year-old is believed to be a serious target for Saudi Pro League officials as they attempt to grow the profile of their fledgling football operation worldwide. So you're trying to tell me, right? These Saudis have been moving mad with the transfers, for what, a year now? Something like that? You're trying to tell me, in the last 12 months, we've had nothing about Kevin De Bruyne going to Saudi Arabia, right? And it obviously is not going to go until the summer anyway, even if he was to go. You're telling me in the last year, between then and between the summer coming up in 2024, you've decided to pick 2 days before the Manchester Derby, 2 days before an absolutely critical game to drop this news. Are you serious? Are you trying to tell me this is legit? Because I don't think it's legit, man. I think there's something going on here. Some sort of twisted effort to try and put. I don't even know what they're trying to do. Try to just create problems. And then you go, nah, LB, man, I think you're reading too much into this. Okay, well, what about this one then? Julian Alvarez. This was yesterday. Julian Alvarez. Manchester City could accept an £80 million bid for Alvarez. It's the same guy. It's the same paper. It's the same sports website. Is that a coincidence? Is that just a coincidence as well? Or another one of our big players, one of our best players this season, if not our best player this season, 3 days before the Manchester Derby, City will accept an £80 million bid for Alvarez. The day after, the same guy, the same website, potentially Kevin De Bruyne going to Saudi Arabia. I can't, sorry. I know some of you might think this is a conspiracy theory, and that's fine, innit? You know what I mean? It's Friday, not much going on in the world. Well, there is actually. Not much going on with football right now. Maybe you just think it's a little bit much. But I just think that 3 days before the Manchester derby in a must-win game for City, you're telling me City are going to accept an £80 million bid for Alvarez, and then the day after, you're telling me that Kevin De Bruyne's going to Saudi Arabia in the summer. I mean, what's going to happen tomorrow? Pep Guardiola, what's he going to do? Is he going to get off next? Do you know what I mean? I just don't get it. And for me, I'm looking at this, guys, and I'm looking at it. I think it's fishy, mate. I think it's hella fishy. And I know some people will try and cut me in the comments and say, nah, you're being silly. But I just think this happens too much. Whenever we have a big game, it seems that some sort of news drops. And I'm just looking at it now, and I just feel that this has got OTT, man. It's got OTT. And I think the club need to do something about this, because we have had it with the FFP. You know what I mean? With the FFP charges, everyone charges to cookers. And now with this, you know what I mean? You're just constantly getting big, bad news before big games, try to throw us off. I think there's something going on. I think it smells fishy. You know what I mean? Alvarez leaving, Kevin De Bruyne leaving in the space of 48 hours. Fucking hell, what sources does this guy have? You're telling me in 48 hours this guy's got big sources, 2 big news, 2 big stories in 48 hours. Come off it, man. I just don't believe that for 1 second. And hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this guy, maybe this reporter, maybe this website, the Sports Football Insider, maybe they do have the best sources, and maybe they have got 2 huge stories in the space of 24, 48 hours. But do you honestly believe that? Can you sit there and go, yeah, that's true? Or do you actually look at it and go, City got a massive game on Sunday, and the 2 days before the game, they're trying to say 2 of our biggest players are going to leave? That's dodgy, mate. That's dodgy. And like I'm telling you, I think I've always sort of been on the sort of opinion that we should just ignore it all, and it's just noise. But ultimately, if you're constantly coming under attack and you're constantly being scrutinised with whatever that is, whether it's the FFP, whether it's these stories that always seem to pop up whenever we've got a big game, whatever it is, you can't just sit there and take it forever. At some point, you know what I mean? You've got to stand up for yourself. And I just think maybe City are waiting for the charges to be done, and maybe then they'll put some sort of statement out, or maybe then they'll start to act, because they need to wait for that to be done. But I think it's about time that this club stops accepting this BS, because this is BS. There ain't no way that these guys have got 2 huge stories in 48 hours. I just don't believe that for 1 minute. Honestly, I just don't believe it. You know what I mean? If you want to believe it, that's fine. You want to believe that Football Insider have got 2 big stories in 48 hours, coincidentally, just before we play a massive game against Man United, a game that we have to kind of win, then first, you know what I mean? Fair dues. I don't believe that for a second, man. And I think it's time that this club stands up for itself, man, and starts, you know what I mean, banning these people from coming to the stadium, coming to the games, man. These people turn up at the ground. They get to watch the match for free. They got all the hospitality shit where other fans are paying for tickets. And then they write this nonsense. Start defending yourself, City, man, because this is BS. People, I'll be back tonight, man. Got some United previews coming up later on this evening. Make sure you join me. Smash a like on this video if you agree with what I'm saying. Comment down below if you agree with what I'm saying. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you later. See you in a bit. Have a good day.